412 Wrestling Episode 32, K-Mart Chaos. Opening segment. The camera pans over the unique setting of a sprawling 90s K-Mart store, capturing the nostalgic atmosphere. Shelves are lined with retro products, and aisles buzz with bewildered employees and excited fans. The ring is set up in the middle of the store, surrounded by a packed crowd. Van Halen takes the stage near the electronics section, like electrifying the atmosphere with a live performance of Right Now, while LA Beast roams through the crowd, handing out free Crystal Pepsi to enthusiastic fans. The commentary team, consisting of Mr. Feeney, Elvira, Pauly Shore, and Jim Ross, welcomes everyone to the show. Jim Ross, folks, welcome to 1412 Wrestling in one of the most unique settings we've ever had. A 90s Kmart store. We've got an incredible night of action lined up for you. Elvira. That's right, Jim. With Van Halen rocking the house and the anti-boiled egg brigade already causing chaos, you know it's going to be an unforgettable night. Totally, buddy. This place is packed tighter than my wardrobe, and I can't wait to see what goes down. The camera cuts to various shots of the anti-boiled egg brigade, led by Bars, causing trouble in the store. They're seen knocking over displays of chocolate ice cream and frosted cookies, infuriating employees and shoppers alike. Bars, these sugary abominations have no place in a civilized society. Donkey Lips and Doug Funny grab boxes of cookies, tossing them into a shopping cart that Cliff O'Malley then pushes down an aisle, narrowly missing several employees. BB Rexa and Jackie Chan stand by, egging them on, while Lola Bunny and Earl Sinclair argue with the store manager. Donkey Lips, we won't rest until these sweets are off the shelves. It's time for Kmart to get a taste of the anti-boiled egg brigade's justice. Yeah, no more sugar in this place. Let's clean this store up. We're just getting started. You heard them. Get these off the shelves. The crowd boos and cheers, loving the absurdity of the situation. The camera follows the brigade as they continue to wreak havoc throughout the store, drawing the ire of employees and the bemusement of fans. Jim Ross, chaos already unfolding here at Kmart, and we're just getting started. Indeed, Jim, it seems the anti-boiled egg brigade is determined to make their presence felt tonight. Elvira, I wouldn't expect anything less from them. Let's see how the rest of the night unfolds in this unique setting. With the anti-boiled egg brigade continuing their rampage, the camera cuts back to the ring, where the first match of the night is about to begin. The crowd's excitement is palpable as the bell rings, kicking off the first bout in this chaotic, nostalgic environment. Match 1, Hulk Hogan versus Iron Sheik in a beer bottle match. The chaos continues as the two wrestling legends make their entrance in unique fashion. Hulk Hogan strides through the produce section, high-fiving fans and ripping his shirt off. The Iron Sheik emerges from the shampoo section, yelling at fans and flexing his muscles. The ring is set up in the middle of the store, and the crowd is eager for the action to begin. As the bell rings, Hogan and Sheik waste no time. They immediately start smashing beer bottles over each other's heads, the sound of breaking glass echoing through the aisles. Hogan grabs a six-pack and pelts Sheik with it, but Sheik retaliates with a vicious DDT onto a pile of broken glass. Both men are bleeding, but the intensity only ramps up. Jim Ross. Good God Almighty, this is a brutal match. Both men are covered in blood and glass. Elvira, I've seen some wild things in my time, but this is something else. Hogan, bleeding and furious, begins to hulk up. The crowd roars as he shakes off Sheik's punches. He hits Sheik with the big boot, sending him sprawling onto a pile of broken beer bottles. Hogan then climbs the turnbuckle and delivers a devastating leg drop onto the beer bottles, pinning Sheik for the win. Result, Hulk Hogan wins by pinfall. Whoa, buddy. Hogan just smashed Sheik to pieces. That was gnarly. Indeed, Pauly. Hogan's resilience is something to behold. The crowd erupts in cheers for Hogan, but the celebration is short-lived. Suddenly, the golf cart stable drives out in their own respective golf carts, each member grinning wickedly. They circle the ring, engines revving loudly. Gary Busey, John Ford 20, Iron Sheik, Bart Gunn, the Minotaur, Bobby Two Beers, and Alex Trebek are all present, ready to cause chaos. Gary Busey, Hogan, you're not done yet. We've got a surprise for you. Without warning, they crash their golf carts into Hogan, sending him flying into the ring post. The crowd gasps as Hogan lies motionless on the ground, surrounded by broken glass and debris. The golf cart stable stands triumphantly over him, their evil laughter echoing through the store. This is an absolute travesty. Hogan just went through hell, and now this. The golf cart stable is ruthless. They've sent a clear message tonight. As the golf cart stable continues to celebrate their attack, the camera cuts to a commercial break, leaving the fans in suspense about what will happen next. The chaotic energy of K-Mart chaos is just getting started, and the night promises even more wild action and unexpected twists. Backstage segment. In a dimly lit section of the K-Mart, Lady Gaga is seen standing over a cauldron, chanting ominously. Her eyes glow with a sinister light as she completes her spell. Suddenly, Bars and John 420 stumble into the scene, mid-joint, clearly not expecting what's about to happen. Gaga whirls around, her dark, ethereal costume flowing like liquid shadow. "You will smoke these eggs until your minds are mine." Without hesitation, she casts her spell on them, and Bars and John 420's eyes glaze over. They move mechanically to a table set up with smoking apparatuses filled with boiled eggs. As they sit down, they begin to smoke the eggs, the enchantment taking full effect. Gaga watches with a wicked smile, enjoying her control over them. Good God Almighty, what is Lady Gaga up to now? This is madness. It's a boiled egg smoking contest. I never thought I'd see the day. Suddenly, both the golf cart and the anti-boiled egg brigade burst into the room, frantic and desperate to snap their comrades out of the spell. The room fills with chaos as Gary Busey, Iron Sheik, Bart Gunn, Minotaur, Bobby Two Beers, and Alex Trebek clash with Donkey Lips, Doug Funny, Cliff O'Malley, Jackie Chan, BB Rexa, Lola Bunny, Earl Sinclair, and Sugar Shane Helms. Both groups shout and wave their arms, trying to break through the spell. Donkey Lips. Snap out of it. Bars. This isn't you. John, you gotta fight it, man. The tension escalates as they all try to physically restrain Bars and John 420, but the spell holds strong. Gaga, standing calmly amidst the chaos, raises her hands, preparing another spell. Realizing their only option, the golf cart and the anti-boiled egg brigade rush towards her, intent on stopping her sinister plans. This ends now, Gaga. Foolish mortals. Just as they are about to reach her, Gaga vanishes in a cloud of smoke, leaving the groups disoriented and coughing. The spell's hold on Bars and John 420 begins to waver, but they are still heavily under its influence, continuing their bizarre contest. What in the hell just happened? Gaga's gone, but the damage is done. Dude, this is trippy. We gotta get him out of this mess. Both teams look around, trying to come up with a plan to break the spell without Gaga's interference. The segment ends with the golf cart and the anti-boiled egg brigade huddling together, determined to find a solution, while Bars and John 420 continue their enchanted task, unaware of the chaos surrounding them. Match 2. The chaotic atmosphere of the K-Mart is electrified as Jeff Jarrett makes his entrance, striding confidently down the aisle with his signature guitar slung over his shoulder. The crowd boos, but Jarrett ignores them, his eyes fixed on the ring where his formidable opponent, Tyrannosatan, awaits. The beast stands tall, its scales glinting under the harsh store lights, a menacing growl rumbling from deep within. Jim Ross. Folks, we've got a real clash of the titans here. Jeff Jarrett, the master of dirty tactics, versus the monstrous Tyrannosatan. This one's going to be wild. Look at the size of that beast. Jarrett better have more than just a guitar up his sleeve tonight. The bell rings, and Jarrett immediately goes on the offensive, swinging his guitar at Tyrannosatan's head. The beast takes the hit, but merely staggers, its thick hide absorbing much of the impact. Undeterred, Jarrett follows up with a flurry of kicks and punches, trying to wear down his larger opponent. Tyrannosatan roars and retaliates with a massive swipe of its claw, sending Jarrett sprawling across the ring. The crowd gasps as Jarrett struggles to his feet, his face a mask of pain and determination. He reaches into his tights and pulls out a pair of brass knuckles, slipping them on and delivering a vicious right hook to Tyrannosatan's jaw. Whoa, dude! Jarrett's pulling out all the stops, but is it enough to take down that monster? The beast roars again, more enraged than hurt, and charges at Jarrett. The force of the impact sends Jarrett crashing into the turnbuckle, but he quickly recovers, grabbing his guitar once more. With a determined yell, he smashes it over Tirana Satan's head, wood splintering everywhere. Tirana Satan wobbles but stays on its feet, eyes blazing with fury. Jarrett, sensing his opportunity slipping away, desperately reaches under the ring and pulls out a chainsaw. The crowd's excitement reaches a fever pitch as he revs it up, the roar of the engine echoing through the store. Good God Almighty, Jarrett's got a chainsaw. This is turning into a horror show. Just as Jarrett swings the chainsaw at his opponent, Tirana Satan lunges forward with a powerful swipe of its claw, knocking the weapon from Jarrett's hands. The beast roars triumphantly and lifts Jarrett high into the air before slamming him down with a devastating claw swipe. The referee drops to the mat and counts the pin. 1, 2, 3. Result: Tirana Satan wins by pinfall. The crowd erupts as Tirana Satan stands victorious over the fallen Jarrett. The beast roars one final time, declaring its dominance before lumbering out of the ring. Jarrett, battered and defeated, lies motionless on the mat, the remnants of his guitar scattered around him. That was brutal. Tirana Satan just proved why he's one of the most feared competitors in 1412 wrestling. Indeed, Elvira, Jeff Jarrett gave it everything he had, but in the end, it wasn't enough to take down the beast. What a match. The camera cuts to a commercial break, leaving the audience buzzing with excitement and anticipation for what's to come next in this chaotic night of 1412 wrestling. The crowd is buzzing with anticipation as the camera cuts back to the ring. The Tanner family, consisting of Danny Tanner, Uncle Jesse, Joey Gladstone, DJ, Stephanie, and Michelle, make their way to the ring, their theme music blaring through the speakers. The crowd erupts in cheers, excited to see the wholesome family in the chaotic world of 1412 wrestling. All right, everyone, listen up. The Tanner family is here, and we mean business. We've seen the chaos and the madness, and we've decided it's time to bring some order and family values to 1412 wrestling. Uncle Jesse takes the microphone, his trademark cool demeanor intact. Have mercy. We're here to challenge the anti-boiled egg brigade for the stable championship, and we want it under full house rules. The crowd roars in approval, eager to see the family take on the notorious brigade. Just then, the anti-boiled egg brigade's music hits, and Bars leads his team out to the ring. Donkey Lips, Doug Funny, Cliff O'Malley, Jackie Chan, BB Rexa, Lola Bunny, Earl Sinclair, and Sugar Shane Helms follow closely behind, looking ready for a fight. Bars, you want a match? You got it, but let me tell you something. Tanner family, we're not afraid of your so-called full house rules. We'll take you down just like we've taken down everyone else. The two teams stare each other down, the tension in the arena palpable. The commentary team weighs in on the upcoming match. Folks, it looks like we're in for one heck of a showdown. The Tanner family versus the anti-boiled egg brigade under full house rules. I can't wait to see how this plays out. Elvira, this is going to be wild, JR. The Tanners may have the family bond, but the anti-boiled egg brigade has the numbers and the experience. It's anyone's game. Buddy, this is going to be rad. Full house rules? What even are those? I guess we'll find out after the break. The camera cuts to a commercial break as the two teams continue to glare at each other in the ring, the promise of an epic battle hanging in the air. Match 3, the Anti-Boiled Egg Brigade versus the Tanner family for the Stable Championship. The arena is electric with anticipation as both teams take their places. The Anti-Boiled Egg Brigade, led by Bars, stands menacingly on one side of the ring. Bars, still under Lady Gaga's spell from earlier, looks slightly dazed but determined. Donkey Lips, Doug Funny, Cliff O'Malley, Jackie Chan, Baby Rexa, Lola Bunny, Earl Sinclair, and Sugar Shane Helms surround him, ready for battle. On the other side, the Tanner family, consisting of Danny Tanner, Uncle Jesse, Joey Gladstone, DJ, Stephanie, and Michelle, stands united, their faces set with determination. The bell rings and chaos immediately erupts. Donkey Lips charges at Danny Tanner, who sidesteps and sends him crashing into the turnbuckle. Doug Funny and Joey Gladstone exchange blows while Uncle Jesse takes on Earl Sinclair in a fierce battle. Cliff O'Malley, true to his wild nature, starts humping the ropes, causing confusion and laughter among the crowd. This match is off to a wild start, folks. The Tanners are showing that family bond, and it's working in their favor. Look at Cliff O'Malley, JR. He's, well, being Cliff O'Malley, but the Tanners are holding their own. As the match progresses, the Tanners begin to find their rhythm. DJ Tanner, showing surprising agility, hits a high-flying crossbody on Donkey Lips, taking him down. Stephanie Tanner climbs the ropes and delivers her signature How Rude splash on Earl Sinclair, who collapses under the impact. Pauly Shore. Buddy, did you see that? DJ and Stephanie are bringing the heat. Bars, despite being under the spell, tries to rally his team. He targets Danny Tanner, but Danny counters with a quick arm drag, sending Bars to the mat. Jackie Chan and Uncle Jesse engage in a fast-paced martial arts exchange, with Uncle Jesse managing to hold his own against the seasoned fighter. In a moment of pure chaos, Baby Rexa and Lola Bunny attempt to double-team Michelle Tanner, but Michelle ducks, causing them to collide with each other. Joey Gladstone uses the distraction to hit his famous Cut It Out DDT on Doug Funny. Jim Ross. The Tanners are on fire. They're using their teamwork and family bond to take down the Brigade. As the match reaches its climax, the Tanners rally for a final push. Uncle Jesse and Joey Gladstone team up to lift Donkey Lips, delivering a massive double suplex that shakes the ring. DJ Tanner hits a spinning heel kick on BB Rexa, sending her out of the ring. Meanwhile, Danny Tanner locks Bars in a sleeper hold, and Bars, still struggling with the spell, begins to fade. In a stunning finale, Michelle Tanner climbs the top rope and delivers a perfect splash onto Jackie Chan, securing the pinfall as the crowd erupts in cheers. Result: the Tanner family wins the stable championship by pinfall. The Tanners celebrate in the ring, hugging each other and holding the stable championship high. The anti-boiled egg brigade retreats, licking their wounds and plotting their next move. The crowd continues to cheer, amazed by the Tanners' unexpected victory. Jim Ross. What an incredible match. The Tanners have done it. They've won the stable championship in a shocking upset. I can't believe it, JR. The Tanners showed true heart and determination. This is a night to remember. Totally tubular dudes. The Tanners are champs. Full house rules. As the Tanners continue to celebrate in the ring, the camera cuts to a commercial break, leaving the crowd buzzing with excitement. Backstage segment. In the bustling backstage area of the K-Mart, the camera focuses on Katharine Isabelle, the reigning Divas Champion, meticulously preparing for her upcoming title defense against the #1 contender, Elvira. The atmosphere is tense, the anticipation palpable. Suddenly, the ambiance shifts dramatically as Scott Steiner storms into the scene, his massive frame casting an imposing shadow. Steiner, in his trademark sunglasses and chainmail headdress, strides up to Katharine, clearly displeased. Hey, you better recognize the big bad booty daddy when he's talking to you. Katharine, focused on her preparations, barely acknowledges Steiner, which only fuels his anger. Without warning, Steiner grabs her and delivers a devastating Steiner screwdriver onto the hard floor. The impact echoes through the backstage area, and Katharine crumples in pain. Jim Ross from the commentary desk. Good God almighty. Scott Steiner just ambushed Katharine Isabelle. This is uncalled for. From the commentary desk. That brute, Katharine had no chance to defend herself. Medics rush to the scene, tending to Katharine as Steiner stands over her, smirking. He grabs a microphone from a nearby crew member and begins to cut a promo, ignoring the chaos around him. Listen up, you bunch of genetic freaks. I'm the big bad booty daddy, and I demand respect. Katharine Isabelle, you thought you could ignore me? Think again. I'm all about my freaks and my peaks, and nobody disrespects me and gets away with it. As Steiner continues his rant, Kevin McAllister, the young troublemaker, steps into the frame, looking thoroughly unimpressed. Kevin McAllister. I don't care about you or your freaks. Where's my cheese pizza? Steiner, momentarily thrown off by the interruption, glares at Kevin, but before he can respond, VP Dana Scully steps in, flanked by security. Scott Steiner, your actions are reprehensible. Due to this ambush, the Divas Championship match is canceled. You'll face consequences for your behavior. Steiner smirks, clearly unfazed by the threat of repercussions, as he's escorted away by security. The medics continue to attend to Katharine Isabelle, who is slowly being helped onto a stretcher. And my pizza? Kevin will get you your cheese pizza. The camera cuts back to the commentary desk where Jim Ross and Elvira shake their heads at the shocking turn of events. Folks, this is a travesty. Scott Steiner's ambush has forced the cancellation of the Divas Championship match. We'll keep you updated on Katharine Isabelle's condition. Steiner's actions were despicable. Katharine Isabelle was ready to defend her title, and now that opportunity is gone. Let's hope she recovers quickly. The segment ends with a close-up of a defiant Kevin McAllister, still demanding his pizza as the show transitions to the next part. In-ring segment. The lights dim and eerie music plays as President Freddy Krueger makes his way to the ring, his signature glove gleaming under the arena lights. The crowd buzzes with anticipation, knowing that whenever Freddy steps into the ring, chaos usually follows. Ladies and gentlemen, I've made a decision. Someone has proven their worth, and it's time for him to get back to work. Eric Matthews, get out here. The familiar theme of Boy Meets World plays, and Eric Matthews strides confidently to the ring, a mix of determination and relief on his face. The crowd gives a mixed reaction, some cheering for his return while others remain cautious. Eric, you've shown us that you're capable of handling the madness that is 1412 wrestling, so I'm reinstating you as commissioner. Get back to work. Eric nods, taking the microphone from Freddy. Thank you, Freddy. It's good to be back. And I'm not wasting any time. To kick things off, I've got a match to book. Tonight, my mummy will face off against the debuting Giant Tree Drinking Lean. The crowd reacts with a mix of confusion, eager to see what this bizarre matchup will entail. The camera cuts to a shot of the Giant Tree Drinking Lean backstage, a massive figure sipping from a gigantic cup, ready to make its debut. Stay tuned, folks. This is going to be one wild night. With that, the show cuts to a commercial break, leaving the audience eagerly anticipating the upcoming match and the rest of the night's chaos. As the show returns from commercial, the camera cuts to a backstage area where Dane Cook stands, microphone in hand, ready to interview the debuting Giant Tree Drinking Lean. The massive, bark-covered figure looms over Dane, sipping from an oversized cup filled with purple liquid. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with the newest sensation in 1412 wrestling, the Giant Tree Drinking Lean. Tree, you've got a big match tonight against the Mummy. Any thoughts? The Giant Tree takes a slow, deliberate sip of lean before responding in a deep, resonant voice. Giant Tree Drinking Lean. Mummy thinks he can wrap me up? We'll see about that. I'm rooted in strength and fueled by this lean. Nothing can stop me. The crowd watching on the big screen in the arena murmurs with excitement and anticipation. Dane Cook, trying to keep his composure, continues the interview. That's quite the confidence, Tree, but the Mummy has been a force to be reckoned with. Do you have any special strategy for tonight? The Giant Tree's eyes glow slightly and it leans down closer to Dane. Giant Tree Drinking Lean. I'll let my branches do the talking. Watch and see. With that, the camera cuts back to the ring where the Mummy is already making his entrance, the crowd buzzing with anticipation. Match 4, the Mummy versus the Giant Tree Drinking Lean. The arena lights dim as eerie, ancient music plays, signaling the entrance of the Mummy. He moves slowly and deliberately towards the ring, his bandages trailing behind him. The crowd watches in awe as he steps into the ring, his eyes glowing with an unnatural light. Suddenly, the lights flicker and change to a deep green as the Giant Tree Drinking Lean's entrance music booms through the speakers. The massive tree makes its way to the ring, each step echoing like thunder. The crowd's cheers grow louder as they witness the imposing figure in action for the first time. The bell rings, and the match begins with the Mummy immediately wrapping his bandages around the Giant Tree's branches, attempting to immobilize him. The tree counters by exuding a thick, sticky sap, causing the mummy to struggle and slow down. The mummy, however, uses his ancient powers to break free and launches a series of powerful strikes. The giant tree retaliates with massive swings of his branches, knocking the mummy back. The two behemoths clash in the center of the ring, trading blows that shake the very foundation of the arena. The mummy, determined to win, wraps his bandages tightly around the tree's trunk, but the tree responds by spraying more sap, covering the mummy and making it difficult for him to move. The crowd is on the edge of their seats as the battle rages on. The mummy, using every ounce of his ancient strength, manages to trap the tree in a cursed hold, chanting an incantation that causes the tree to tremble. With the tree momentarily immobilized by the curse, the mummy seizes the opportunity and delivers a crushing blow, pinning giant tree to the mat. Result: the mummy wins by pinfall. The crowd erupts in cheers and boos as the mummy stands victorious, his glowing eyes surveying the fallen giant tree drinking lean. As the mummy makes his way out of the ring, the giant tree slowly rises, shaking off the effects of the curse, clearly frustrated by the loss. The camera cuts to the commentary team, who are stunned by the spectacle they've just witnessed. Folks, that was one of the most unique matches we've ever seen in 1412 wrestling. The mummy just showed why he's a force to be reckoned with.
Absolutely, JR.
But I have a feeling this isn't the last we've seen of the giant tree drinking lean. What a debut. Buddy, that was gnarly. I can't wait to see what happens next. With the excitement still palpable, the show cuts to another commercial break, leaving the audience eager for more. The camera cuts to the backstage area where a strange new figure stands in front of a 1412 wrestling backdrop. It's the Talking Pie, an animated, anthropomorphic pie with a surprisingly fierce expression. The pie holds a microphone in one of its pastry arms, ready to address the 1412 wrestling universe. The crowd in the arena watches on the big screen, intrigued and slightly amused. Talking Pie. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to set the record straight. 1412 wrestling has been carrying some dead weight, and it's time to trim the fat. The pie's voice is unexpectedly strong and commanding, drawing murmurs from the crowd. The camera pans around, showing several lesser-used roster members like Luthess and Buzz Lightyear looking visibly offended by the remarks. Talking Pie. Look at you, Luthess. A legend in your own right, sure, but what have you done here lately? Nothing! You're just coasting on your past glory. And Buzz Lightyear, a space ranger? More like a space waster. You're out there pretending to be a hero, but you haven't won a meaningful match in ages. Luthess, standing nearby, steps forward, clearly agitated. You got a problem, Pie? Let's settle it in the ring. Oh, I've got a problem, Thess. My problem is watching you take up space that could be used by real competitors. And Buzz, don't think you're off the hook. It's time for a wake-up call, and I'm just the pie to deliver it. Buzz Lightyear steps into the frame, his jaw set in determination. To infinity and beyond, Pie. You want to fight? You've got one. The crowd in the arena roars in approval at the challenge. The Talking Pie smirks, clearly pleased with the reaction. Good. It's about time someone lit a fire under you guys. You want a match? Let's make it official. I'll take you both on anytime, anywhere. Let's see if you can prove you're not just dead weight. The camera cuts back to the commentary team, who are buzzing with excitement at the unexpected turn of events. Well, folks, it looks like the Talking Pie has just thrown down the gauntlet. I never thought I'd say this, but I can't wait to see this match. Elvira, this is why 1412 wrestling is the best. You never know what's going to happen next. Buddy, I'm ready for some pie action. This is going to be wild. With the stage set for an unlikely but highly anticipated showdown, the show cuts to another commercial break, leaving the audience eager for the next segment. Segment Parking Lot. As we return from break, the camera pans over to the parking lot area of the K-Mart, where a chaotic scene is unfolding. The Talking Pie stands in the middle of the lot, surrounded by cars and various debris, ready for a fight. Luthess and Buzz Lightyear approach from opposite ends, determined looks on their faces. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and it looks like we've got a parking lot brawl on our hands. The Talking Pie has thrown down the gauntlet, and Lou Thesz and Buzz Lightyear have answered the call. This isn't going to be pretty, folks, but then again, that's what we love about 1412 wrestling. The bell rings, although it's clear this won't be a traditional match. Thesz wastes no time, charging at the Talking Pie and landing a series of hard punches. The pie staggers back, but counters by throwing a handful of hot, gooey filling at Thesz's face, temporarily blinding him. Buzz Lightyear, to infinity and beyond. Buzz leaps off the hood of a nearby car, delivering a flying kick to the Talking Pie. The pie rolls with the impact, grabbing a discarded hubcap and using it as a makeshift shield to block Buzz's next attack. Pauly Shore. Buddy, this is intense. That pie is tougher than it looks. This, wiping the pie filling from his eyes, grabs the Talking Pie from behind, lifting it for a suplex onto the hard pavement. The pie groans, but quickly recovers, using its pastry arms to sweep Thesz's legs out from under him. Talking Pie. You think you can take me down that easily? Think again. Buzz Lightyear grabs a trash can lid and swings it at the pie, who ducks just in time, causing the lid to crash into Thesz instead. Thesz goes down hard, and Buzz looks horrified at what he's done.
Jim Ross, good God almighty, this is chaos!
Buzz just took out Thesz by accident. The Talking Pie seizes the opportunity, rolling under a parked car and emerging on the other side with a tire iron. It swings wildly, forcing Buzz to backpedal. Just as it seems Buzz is cornered, he uses his jetpack to lift off and crash down onto the pie with a powerful elbow drop. I've seen a lot of things, but a flying elbow drop on a pie is a first for me. Thesz, recovering from the trash can lid hit, grabs Buzz and the pie, slamming their heads together in a classic double noggin knocker. Both competitors reel from the impact. This ends now. Thesz lifts the Talking Pie for a pile driver, but Buzz, regaining his senses, grabs a nearby fire extinguisher and blasts both of them with foam, creating a slippery mess. The pie, slick with foam, slips out of Thesz's grasp and rolls to safety. You haven't seen the last of me. With that, the Talking Pie retreats into the shadows of the parking lot, leaving Thesz and Buzz to regroup. The camera cuts back to the commentary team, who are still trying to process the chaotic scene. Folks, I don't know what we just witnessed, but it was pure, unadulterated chaos. The Talking Pie may have escaped for now, but you can bet this isn't over. Elvira, absolutely, JR. This is 1412 wrestling at its finest. Anything can happen, and it usually does. Pauly Shore. Buddy, I can't wait to see what happens next. That was insane. With the promise of more madness to come, the show cuts to another commercial break, leaving the audience eager for the next segment. Dream Team Promo and Match. The camera cuts back to the ring, which is now surrounded by basketball-themed decor, including hoops and courtside seats. The crowd roars as the 1996 Dream Team makes their grand entrance. Karl Malone, Scottie Pippen, David Robinson, John Stockton, Penny Hardaway, Grant Hill, Shaquille O'Neal, Gary Payton, and Charles Barkley walk down the aisle, their impressive physiques and commanding presence captivating everyone in attendance. Jim Ross, ladies and gentlemen, we are witnessing greatness. The 1996 Dream Team has arrived, and they look ready for battle. This is going to be one for the history books, JR. The Dream Team versus the Foot Clan in a Survivor Series elimination match. Buddy, I'm pumped. This is going to be epic. The Dream Team steps into the ring, and Karl Malone grabs a microphone, his voice booming through the arena. Foot Clan, you made a huge mistake interrupting the NBA Finals and attacking those fans. You attacked innocent people, and the worst part is, we weren't even there. The crowd cheers as Malone hands the microphone to Scottie Pippen, who steps forward. You wanted our attention, and now you've got it. But tonight, we're not just playing basketball. We're here to teach you a lesson you'll never forget. Charles Barkley, Shredder, Leonardo, Bebop, Rocksteady, and the rest of you clowns, get ready to be eliminated. The Dream Team is here to show you what real teamwork looks like. As Barkley finishes speaking, the arena darkens, and the sinister theme of the Foot Clan begins to play. Shredder leads Leonardo, Chandler Bing, Bebop, Rocksteady, Groundchuck, Krang, Taka, Razar, and Baxter Stockman to the ring. They march with purpose, ready to face their formidable opponents. Jim Ross, here comes the Foot Clan. This is going to be a battle for the ages. Elvira, look at the intensity on their faces. They know they're in for a fight tonight. The bell rings, and the match begins with a flurry of action. The Dream Team's superior coordination and athleticism quickly become apparent. Shaquille O'Neal and David Robinson use their size and strength to overpower Bebop and Rocksteady, while Gary Payton and John Stockton outmaneuver Krang and Baxter Stockman with their agility. Karl Malone and Scottie Pippen team up to take down Taka and Razar, executing flawless double-team maneuvers that leave their opponents reeling. Penny Hardaway and Grant Hill's speed and precision pursue too much for Chandler Bing and Groundchuck, who struggle to keep up. The Dream Team is in complete control. This is incredible. They're making it look easy, JR. The Foot Clan doesn't stand a chance. One by one, the Foot Clan members are eliminated. Shaquille O'Neal delivers a devastating powerbomb to Bebop, followed by a pinfall. Scottie Pippen hits a high-flying elbow drop on Rocksteady, securing another elimination. David Robinson and Charles Barkley take down Shredder with a double clothesline, and Barkley finishes him off with a brutal spinebuster. Buddy, the Dream Team is on fire! They're wiping out the Foot Clan. Krang and Baxter Stockman try to mount a comeback, but they're no match for the combined efforts of Gary Payton and John Stockton, who eliminate them with a series of high-impact moves. Taka and Razar fall next, unable to withstand the relentless assault from Penny Hardaway and Grant Hill. As the final moments of the match approach, Chandler Bing finds himself alone in the ring, surrounded by the entire Dream Team. With a look of sheer panic, he tries to escape, but Karl Malone catches him with a massive clothesline. Shaquille O'Neal lifts him up for a thunderous chokeslam, and Charles Barkley finishes him off with a bone-crushing elbow drop. Jim Ross, it's over. The Dream Team has done it. They've eliminated every member of the Foot Clan without losing a single man. What a dominant performance. The Dream Team has proven why they're the best of the best. Paulie Shore. Buddy, that was insane. The Foot Clan didn't stand a chance. The Dream Team celebrates their victory in the ring, high-fiving each other and acknowledging the cheering crowd. The Foot Clan members are left scattered around the ring, a testament to the Dream Team's overwhelming power and unity. The segment ends with the Dream Team standing tall, having delivered on their promise to teach the Foot Clan a lesson they won't soon forget. Segment Tag Team Championship Match. Match 6, Taylor Swift and Jeff Jarrett versus Scott Steiner's Tigers versus Paula Abdul and Jason Voorhees. The camera cuts back to the ring, which is now set up in the middle of a nostalgic 90s K-Mart store, complete with retro signage and shelves lined with outdated products. The crowd is packed into every available space, eagerly awaiting the next match. The Tag Team Championship belts glisten under the store's fluorescent lights as the competitors make their entrances. Taylor Swift and Jeff Jarrett enter first, Swift looking determined and focused, while Jarrett, despite still feeling the effects of his earlier brutal match with Tyranna Satan, struts confidently, his signature guitar slung over his shoulder. Jim Ross. Folks, Taylor Swift and Jeff Jarrett are an unlikely duo, but they're here to make history tonight. Swift's agility combined with Jarrett's dirty tactics might just be the key to victory. Scott Steiner's Tigers, ferocious and ready for battle, make their way to the ring next. The crowd roars as they leap onto the apron, their fierce eyes scanning the competition. Paulie Shore. Buddy, those Tigers are no joke. They're gonna tear it up tonight. Finally, the tag team champions, Paula Abdul and Jason Voorhees, make their entrance. Paula moves with grace and athleticism, while Jason's imposing presence sends chills through the audience. Elvira. There's the power duo, Paula Abdul and Jason Voorhees. They've been unstoppable so far. The bell rings and the match begins with a flurry of action. Taylor Swift uses her agility to dodge and weave around the ring, landing swift strikes on the Tigers and Jason Voorhees. Jeff Jarrett employs his dirty tactics, using the ropes and turnbuckles to his advantage, but his earlier injuries slow him down. Scott Steiner's Tigers display their raw power, pouncing on Jarrett and Swift, but Paula Abdul's athleticism keeps her and Jason in the game. Paula delivers a series of high-flying moves, while Jason's sheer strength and relentless attacks keep the Tigers at bay. Jim Ross. This match is a whirlwind. Everyone's giving it their all. As the match progresses, it becomes a chaotic free-for-all. Paula Abdul and Jason Voorhees double-team one of the Tigers, hitting a synchronized high kick and chokeslam combo. But Jeff Jarrett takes advantage of the chaos, hitting Paula with a low blow and then smashing his guitar over Jason's head. Elvira. Jarrett's dirty tactics coming into play. He'll do anything to win. Swift seizes the moment, using her agility to land a series of quick strikes on the other Tiger, culminating in a perfectly executed dropkick that sends it reeling. She then turns her attention to Paula Abdul, who is struggling to recover from Jarrett's attack. In a surprising twist, manages to roll Paula Abdul into a small package pin. The referee counts to 3, and the bell rings, signaling the end of the match. Jim Ross. I can't believe it. Taylor Swift and Jeff Jarrett have done it. They're the new tag team champions. Result: Taylor Swift and Jeff Jarrett win by pinfall and become the new tag team champions. The crowd erupts in cheers as Swift and Jarrett are handed the tag team championship belts. Swift celebrates with a mix of shock and joy, while Jarrett, still favoring his injuries, raises his belt high, a sly grin on his face. Elvira. What an incredible victory. Swift and Jarrett have proven to be a formidable team. Buddy, that was wild. I can't wait to see what they do next. As the new champions celebrate in the ring, the camera cuts to Scott Steiner's Tigers, growling in frustration, and Paula Abdul helping Jason Voorhees to his feet, both looking determined to reclaim their titles in the future. The segment ends with Swift and Jarrett standing tall, the crowd chanting their names, and the promise of more chaos to come in 1412 wrestling. Backstage segment. The camera cuts backstage to a dimly lit corridor in the K-Mart, where CM Punk is pacing back and forth, a look of intense determination on his face. He spots John 420, who is casually lounging against a stack of outdated electronics, a joint in one hand and a bottle of Bye Bitch hot sauce in the other. Hey John, we need to talk. John 420 looks up, mildly interested as Punk strides over, his face a mask of stern disapproval.
Punk.
You're a disgrace to wrestling, John, using drugs and flaunting it like it's something to be proud of. This business deserves better than you. John 420 shrugs, taking another drag from his joint and a swig of his hot sauce. He smiles lazily, clearly unfazed by Punk's tirade. Relax, man, it's all about having a good time. Suddenly, the sound of a golf cart engine revving echoes through the corridor. Before Punk can react, Gary Busey comes careening around the corner, driving his golf cart wildly. He has a bottle of Jägermeister in one hand, steering with the other, and a crazed look in his eyes. Gary Busey. Out of my way, punks. Busey drives straight into Punk, who tries to dodge but gets clipped by the cart, knocking him to the ground. John 420 watches with amusement as Busey laughs maniacally, swerving the cart to a stop beside them.
What the hell, Busey?
Just another day in the life, buddy. John 420 offers Busey a hit from his joint, which Busey accepts with a grin. They both laugh as Punk struggles to his feet, glaring at them with a mixture of anger and disbelief. This isn't over, John, not by a long shot. As Punk storms off, John 420 and Busey continue to laugh, the camera cutting back to the ring for the next segment. Match 7, Cliff O'Malley, BB Rexa, Jackie Chan, Doug Funny, Earl Sinclair versus the Real Ghostbusters and Slimer. The Anti-Boiled Egg Brigade, consisting of Cliff O'Malley, BB Rexa, Jackie Chan, Doug Funny, and Earl Sinclair, stand in the ring, seething with anger. They are still fuming over their earlier loss to the Tanner family and are eager to take out their frustrations on their next opponents. The eerie music of the Real Ghostbusters plays as Peter Venkman, Ray Stantz, Egon Spengler, Winston Zeddemore, and Slimer make their entrance, the crowd cheering wildly. Jim Ross. Folks, this is going to be one for the ages. The Anti-Boiled Egg Brigade is looking for revenge, and the Ghostbusters are here to exterminate the competition. This match is sure to be electrifying, JR. As the bell rings, both teams charge at each other, and the brawl begins. Cliff O'Malley grabs a fire extinguisher and swings it at Egon, who ducks and counters with a proton blaster. Jackie Chan and Ray Stantz engage in a high-flying martial arts duel, flipping and kicking with incredible agility. Pauly Shore. Buddy, this is totally gnarly. BB Rexa and Winston Zeddemore trade punches in the corner while Doug Funny and Peter Venkman grapple in the center of the ring. Earl Sinclair, using his massive tail, sweeps the legs of the Ghostbusters, sending them crashing to the mat. Jim Ross. Earl Sinclair is a force to be reckoned with. Look at the size of that tail. The match continues with chaos and mayhem as both teams use every trick in the book to gain the upper hand. Slimer, floating above the ring, distracts the anti-boiled egg brigade by splattering ectoplasm all over them. Elvira. Slimer is causing quite a mess up there. Jackie Chan manages to land a series of quick kicks on Peter Venkman, but Venkman counters with a proton-packed blast that sends Jackie reeling. Doug Funny climbs to the top rope and attempts a high-risk maneuver, but Egon catches him with a ghost trap, causing Doug to crash to the mat. This is totally intense, dude. As the match reaches its climax, Cliff O'Malley and Peter Venkman find themselves in the ring alone. Venkman dodges a wild swing from O'Malley and rolls him up, putting his feet on the ropes for leverage without the referee noticing. The crowd erupts in boos as the referee counts to 3. Result, Peter Venkman pins Cliff O'Malley, securing the victory for the Real Ghostbusters. Jim Ross. The Real Ghostbusters have done it. What a controversial finish. Elvira. Venkman used some underhanded tactics, but a win is a win. The anti-boiled egg brigade looks furious as the Real Ghostbusters celebrate their victory, the crowd cheering and chanting their names. Slimer floats around, gleefully spraying ectoplasm everywhere as the segment comes to a close. In-ring segment. The crowd buzzes with anticipation as the ring is transformed into a makeshift classroom, complete with a chalkboard and desks. Mr. Feeney stands at the front, dressed in a suit, holding a copy of Shakespeare's Hamlet. Corey Matthews and Sean Hunter sit at the desks, looking somewhat bewildered. Well, folks, this is something you don't see every day in a wrestling ring. Mr. Feeney is about to give a lesson on Shakespeare. This should be interesting, JR. Let's see how this ties into wrestling. Mr. Feeney adjusts his glasses and begins to speak with his usual calm authority. Corey, Sean, today we're going to learn about Shakespeare. Understanding the art of storytelling will make you better wrestlers. Wrestling, much like Shakespearean drama, is all about conflict, character development, and the resolution of tension. Corey raises his hand, looking confused. Mr. Feeney, how is reading about some old prince in Denmark going to help us in the ring? Feeney smiles, his eyes twinkling with patience and wisdom. Ah, Corey, Shakespeare's characters face challenges, moral dilemmas, and must make decisions that define their paths, much like you two in the ring. Take Hamlet, for instance. His story is about revenge, tragedy, and the complexity of human nature. Sean leans back in his chair, arms crossed, still skeptical. So you're saying if we understand this Hamlet guy, we'll be better wrestlers? Feeney nods, stepping closer to the boys. Mr. Feeney. Precisely, Sean. Hamlet's soliloquy, to be or not to be, is about questioning existence, making choices. In the ring, you must make choices quickly, understand your opponent's motives, and decide your next move. It's not just physical strength that wins matches, it's also strategy and understanding the narrative of the fight. The crowd starts to murmur, some clearly appreciating the unexpected lesson while others look on curiously. Jim Ross. Mr. Feeney makes a good point, Elvira. Wrestling is as much about storytelling as it is about physical prowess. Absolutely, JR. The best wrestlers are those who can tell a story in the ring. Mr. Feeney continues, his voice calm and authoritative. Remember, boys, every match tells a story. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end. There are heroes and villains, triumphs and downfalls. Understanding literature, especially the works of Shakespeare, can help you grasp the essence of these stories and make you more compelling wrestlers. Corey and Sean exchange glances, starting to see the value in Feeney's lesson. I think I get it, Mr. Feeney. It's about seeing the bigger picture, right? Feeney nods, a proud smile on his face. Exactly, Corey. Always remember, the greatest battles are fought in the mind and heart as well as in the ring. Now, let's get back to our studies. The crowd applauds, appreciating the unique and enlightening segment. Corey and Sean nod, clearly taking Mr. Feeney's words to heart as they head out of the ring, ready to apply their new knowledge. What a fantastic segment. Mr. Feeney always knows how to impart wisdom, even in the most unexpected places. I couldn't agree more, JR. This is why 1412 Wrestling is so unique. The camera cuts to a commercial, leaving the audience with a new perspective on the art of wrestling. Match 7. Laser Gun Surfing Battle Championship, Marvin the Martian, C versus Santa Claus. The arena lights dim as an eerie green glow envelops the ring. The crowd erupts in cheers as Marvin the Martian, the reigning laser gun surfing battle champion, makes his entrance. His faithful dog K9 follows closely behind, barking excitedly. Marvin, with his trusty laser gun in hand, exudes confidence. Jim Ross. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Laser Gun Surfing Battle Championship. Marvin the Martian defends his title against Santa Claus. Elvira. This is going to be wild, JR. Marvin's got his laser gun, and Santa's bringing the holiday spirit to the ring. The familiar sound of jingling bells fills the air as Santa Claus appears, his sack of toys slung over his shoulder. The crowd roars with excitement, cheering for the jolly old man as he makes his way to the ring. Buddy, this is going to be gnarly. Santa Claus is here to spread some holiday cheer and maybe win a championship. Mr. Feeney. Indeed, Polly. But let's not forget, Marvin is a formidable champion. The bell rings and the match begins. Marvin immediately takes to his laser gun, firing at Santa, who dodges and weaves with surprising agility for his age. Santa counters with a flurry of candy cane strikes, each one causing Marvin to stumble. Look at Santa go! He's not just delivering presents tonight, he's delivering some serious offense. Marvin regains his footing and uses his laser gun to create a barrier of light around himself. He surfs on his laser beam, zooming around the ring and confusing Santa with his speed. Santa, however, is not to be outdone. He reaches into his sack and pulls out a giant candy cane, using it like a surfboard to chase after Marvin.
Elvira.
This is incredible. Santa's using a candy cane as a surfboard. The two competitors continue their high-flying, laser-surfing battle, the crowd on the edge of their seats. Santa manages to knock Marvin off his laser beam with a well-aimed snowball, and for a moment, it looks like the tide has turned. Just as Santa is about to secure the victory, Hacksaw Jim Duggan charges into the ring, wielding his signature 2x4. The crowd boos loudly as Duggan brutally attacks Santa, knocking him to the ground. Jim Ross. What in the world is Hacksaw Jim Duggan doing here? This is uncalled for. Duggan's taking out Santa. This is an outrage. Marvin, seizing the opportunity, quickly gets back on his laser surfboard and hits Santa with a final powerful laser blast. The referee counts the pin and Marvin retains his championship. Result, Marvin the Martian retains the Laser Gun Surfing Battle Championship by pinfall. The crowd boos as Hacksaw Jim Duggan stands over the fallen Santa, his 2x4 raised triumphantly. Marvin the Martian celebrates his victory, oblivious to the chaos caused by Duggan's interference. Buddy, that was harsh. Santa Claus got robbed. Indeed, Polly. Hacksaw Jim Duggan's interference was disgraceful. Santa deserved better. The camera focuses on the victorious Marvin and the down Santa as the show cuts to a commercial break, leaving the audience eager for the next segment. The arena lights dim and an electric atmosphere fills the space as Vegeta's entrance music begins to play. The crowd roars with anticipation, knowing that when Vegeta steps into the ring, chaos is sure to follow. As the Prince of Saiyan strides confidently toward the ring, his presence commands attention and respect. Jim Ross. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes Vegeta, and you can feel the intensity in the air. You know something big is about to go down when Vegeta is involved, JR. Vegeta steps into the ring, raising his arms as the crowd's cheers reach a fever pitch. He takes the microphone, his voice dripping with arrogance and challenge. I am the Prince of all Saiyans. No one can match my power. Who dares to step up and face me? Suddenly, the sound of a bulldozer engine fills the arena, and the crowd's excitement turns to shock and confusion. Out of nowhere, Scott Steiner appears, driving a massive bulldozer straight toward the ring. He crashes through the barricade, heading directly for Vegeta. Pauly Shore. Buddy, Scott Steiner just brought a bulldozer to the ring. This is insane. The bulldozer slams into the ring, causing a moment of panic. But as the dust settles, Vegeta emerges unscathed, his Saiyan strength shielding him from the impact. Steiner leaps from the bulldozer, his eyes filled with rage and determination. Mr. Feeney, this is a clash of titans. Vegeta's Saiyan strength versus Scott Steiner's raw power. The two warriors charge it at each other, and the arena erupts in chaos. Vegeta and Steiner trade devastating blows, each strike echoing through the arena. Vegeta's agility and speed counter Steiner's brute force, creating a spectacle of power and skill. Jim Ross. Good God Almighty, this is a battle for the ages. Vegeta and Scott Steiner are tearing each other apart. Steiner grabs Vegeta and hurls him into the turnbuckle, but Vegeta retaliates with a powerful energy blast, sending Steiner sprawling across the ring. The crowd is on their feet, cheering wildly as the two competitors continue to exchange punishing attacks. Elvira. These two are unstoppable. It's like watching two forces of nature collide. Vegeta lifts Steiner into the air, preparing to deliver a crushing blow, but Steiner counters with a thunderous spinebuster. Both men are down, breathing heavily but refusing to give up. Just as Vegeta and Steiner prepare to continue their battle, a swarm of security personnel floods the ring, desperately trying to separate the two behemoths. The crowd boos loudly, wanting the fight to continue. Security's here to break it up, but I don't think they can stop these guys. This isn't over between Vegeta and Scott Steiner. This is just the beginning. The security team finally manages to pull Vegeta and Steiner apart, but the intensity between them is palpable. Steiner, bloodied but defiant, points at Vegeta, promising more to come. You think this is over, Vegeta? It's only just begun. Vegeta, his Saiyan pride burning brightly, smirks at Steiner, his eyes promising retribution. I'll see you soon, Steiner, and next time you won't be so lucky. As security escorts them from the ring, the crowd continues to cheer, knowing that the rivalry between Vegeta and Scott Steiner is far from over. The camera cuts to the commentary team, who can barely contain their excitement. Folks, what we've just witnessed is a battle for the ages. Vegeta and Scott Steiner are on a collision course, and I can't wait to see what happens next. The camera pans over the electrified crowd, eager for more action as the show cuts to a commercial break. Pre-match segment. The arena lights dim as the anticipation builds for the main event of the evening. The ring is bathed in a spotlight as Mike Tyson's entrance music hits, and the crowd erupts in cheers. Tyson strides confidently to the ring, his world championship belt gleaming around his waist. He grabs a microphone and steps into the center of the ring, his intense gaze sweeping over the audience. Mike Tyson, tonight I'm defending this title against anyone who thinks they can take it from me. Majin Buu, you might be some kind of monster, but I'm the baddest man on the planet. Come get some. The crowd's cheers grow louder as Majin Buu's eerie music begins to play. The monstrous pink entity makes his way to the ring, his childlike demeanor masking the terrifying power within. Majin Buu grabs a microphone, his voice echoing ominously. Tyson, Buu will turn you into chocolate and eat you up. Buu wants the shiny belt. The tension in the arena is palpable as both competitors stare each other down. The referee signals for the bell to start the match. Match 9, Mike Tyson versus Majin Buu for the World Championship. The match begins with Tyson unleashing a flurry of powerful punches, each one landing with precision and force. Majin Buu staggers but quickly recovers, his rubbery body absorbing the impact. Buu retaliates with a series of powerful blows, sending Tyson reeling into the ropes. Good God Almighty, Majin Buu is taking Tyson's punches like they're nothing. Elvira. This is a clash of titans, JR. Can Tyson overcome this monstrous opponent? Tyson, undeterred, fights back with renewed ferocity, landing a devastating uppercut that sends Buu crashing to the mat. The crowd roars as Tyson goes for the pin, but Buu kicks out at 2, his resilience on full display. Buu rises to his feet, a sinister smile spreading across his face. He raises his hands and begins to chant, his pink aura growing brighter. Before Tyson can react, Buu unleashes his terrifying power, turning Tyson into a chocolate bar with a wave of his hand. Buddy, did Buu just turn Tyson into chocolate? This is insane. Tyson's in trouble now. How can he possibly come back from this? Buu picks up the chocolate bar and takes a big bite, his victory all but assured. The referee, looking bewildered but having no choice, counts the pinfall. Result: Majin Buu wins by pinfall and becomes the new world champion. The crowd is in shock as Majin Buu stands tall in the ring, the world championship belt now his. Just as Buu begins to celebrate, Bars storms the ring, his eyes filled with determination. Buu, you might have beaten Tyson, but you're not taking over 14-12 wrestling. Before Bars can get any further, Scott Steiner's Tigers, snarling and ferocious, rush the ring. They pounce on Bars, overpowering him with their sheer strength. The Tigers grab a bucket of chocolate ice cream and start smearing it all over Bars, humiliating him in front of the crowd. This is absolute chaos. Majin Buu is the new world champion, and now Bars is being attacked by Steiner's Tigers. 14-12, wrestling just keeps getting crazier, JR. Who knows what will happen next? As the Tigers continue their assault on Bars, Majin Buu looks on with a sinister grin. The show ends with the image of Bars covered in chocolate ice cream, Majin Buu holding the world championship belt high, and the crowd buzzing with shock and excitement. Closing show ends, the chaos reaches a new level. The K-Mart employees, visibly frustrated and fed up with the relentless havoc caused by the 14-12 wrestling roster, storm the ring. They grab microphones and voice their grievances, demanding a shot at the Tanner family's stable championship next week. K-Mart employee number 1, we've had enough of this madness. Tanner family, we want a shot at those stable championships next week. Before they can continue, Charles Barkley charges into the ring, fury in his eyes. Charles Barkley, you think you deserve a shot at the titles? I'm a Walmart guy, and I'll show you what real competition looks like. The tension escalates as Taylor Swift and Jeff Jarrett, fresh off their tag team championship win, join the fray. They ambush Barkley, but their attack is cut short when the Red Ninja bursts onto the scene. The crowd gasps as the Red Ninja swiftly takes down Swift and Jarrett, then grabs a microphone, cutting a scathing shoot promo on Eric Matthews. Eric Matthews, you and your mummy are nothing compared to me. Your days of power are numbered. The crowd roars as Corey Matthews, Sean Hunter, and Topanga rush to the ring to defend Eric. A massive brawl ensues, with fists flying and bodies hitting the mat. Just when it seems the chaos couldn't get any more intense, Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande appear on the stage performing a dark, haunting melody. Their voices echo through the arena as they chant in unison, their eyes glowing with a sinister light. Suddenly, the ground trembles, and from the depths of darkness, a fleet of demons driving tanks emerges. The demons, summoned by Gaga and Grande's dark magic, roll forward, declaring war on the golf cart stable. This is just the beginning. The golf cart will fall. Prepare for the wrath of the underworld. The arena is in pandemonium as the demons advance, their tanks rumbling and their eyes burning with fiery rage. The golf cart stable, visibly shaken, attempts to regroup, but the sheer power of the demons is overwhelming. As the show concludes, the crowd is left in awe of the sheer madness and intensity of the night's events. Mr. Feeney, ever the voice of reason amidst the chaos, steps forward to recap the current champions. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight has been an unforgettable night in 14-12 wrestling. Here are your current champions. World Champion, Tag Team Champions, Taylor Swift and Jeff Jarrett. Competitive Eating Champion, John Forver 20. Laser Gun Surfing Battle Champion, Marvin the Martian. Divas Champion, Katharine Isabelle. Sword Fighting Champion, Stable Champions, the Tanner family. The camera pans over the scene of utter chaos, the crowd buzzing with excitement and anticipation for what will come next. The screen fades to black, leaving the promise of even more drama and spectacle in the next episode of 14-12 Wrestling.